What is happening, YouTube? It's your boy Austin from Big Night Gaming, and who am I here with?
Cole.
Alright, Cole, and what'd you do, man?
Got first at locals.
Nice, and what'd you end up getting first with, man?
PK Fire.
PK? I'm hearing that's a good deck this format.
I enjoyed it a lot. It's a combo which I enjoy, and then I played PK when it first came out back in Wing Raiders, when it was not nearly as good.
Hell yeah. So, playing it for a long time, I like to hear that. Alright, let's see what you got, man.
Pretty standard PK line.
That's at 12:40.
I got 3 Torn Scales, 3 Boots, 2 Cloak, and a single Stained Greaves.
Okay.
I know there's a little bit, like, I took out Ragged Gloves. I had that at 1 for a while. I think I also had Cloak at 3, but I dropped Cloak to 2 just because I don't need it as often, and then the Gloves just because that almost never came up for that extra 1,000 attack. But everything else is pretty standard. 3 Boots for the special, Torn Scales because he's necessary. And then I've thought about maybe bumping the Stained Greaves up to 2, but I almost never need it at 2. If I have to use it a second time, I can always just banish it from the grave to still get that level 4 play.
Okay, okay.
Fire lineup, we got 2 Seer, 2 Graph, and a single Farfa. I was running Libic, and I can't remember the other one for a while, but I really don't need any more than this. If I see any of those in the opening hand with PK, we've got plays for days.
Okay, I see it.
And then the Farfa, that one's just, it's, if I absolutely need it, like going second, I can Farfa something to, I can Farfa a problem, then continue with any of my plays. But a lot of the time nowadays, the Fire, the BA almost never comes up other than just Cherubini for the Cherubini combo. Other than that, I hardly use the Fire portion of PK Fire.
It's essentially just a free, what's his name, Bardiche?
Yeah, free Bardiche, and then you get the recovery on the Cherubini.
Nice.
Have my DPE package. I don't have a Dasher, which is why we're running 2 Malicious and the single Celestial. But because I also like to go into Appaloosa, I have the Malicious in the grave for next turn, so I can bring the second one out of the deck and go into some big Appaloosa plays for 4 most of the time. So that's why I have this package also. Even Common Dasher I still think is $28 right now.
Yes, that's why we were getting that reprint in the Speed Duel pack.
Which is amazing.
It's going to be a secret.
It's going to be a secret, yes.
Yep. Pretty sure it's one of the 6 guaranteed too, so all you have to do is buy one and it comes.
It's going to be great. And then we have our extenders. We have single Sneck, single Rabbit. I hardly ever see these guys, but when I do, they help a lot. I mean, it's level 3s, which is what PK plays off of, so they're really nice. Same thing with the Wielder and the Tracker. They're just extenders. These come up a lot more than these guys, honestly, and I don't know how. It's 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, but I see my Psychic package more than I see the Danger package, which is a little funny.
Okay.
More extenders. We have 2 Tour Guide and a Sangan. Originally we're running 3 Tour Guide, but I dropped that down to 2 and put in a Sangan, and the Sangan is in here specifically because I can search out my hand traps. Sangan, there's my Cherubini, but then when Sangan goes, I have my access to my Effect Veiler or my Ash Blossom, depending on, it's like, okay, they're not adding as many cards, we'll go with the Effect Veiler, or they like to add a lot of cards, let's grab the Ash Blossom. Or whatever I need to grab out of the hand traps that are in my side deck as well.
Sangan searching hand traps is really nice.
It is. It's ever since I put Sangan in there, whenever that play has gone off, it's like I always have access to a hand trap, which is fantastic. That rounds out the monsters. For the spells, we have the single Rank Up Magic, 2 Fusion Destiny, the single Called By, E-Telly, and the Foolish Burial.
Okay.
Burial can send whatever I need to the grave early on, so if I'm not going to be able to get a specific Burning Abyss, or if I need a Phantom Knight in the grave to extend my plays, the Foolish Burial's there. I only have the 1 emergency teleport, which is why I only run it at 1. And then I do not have access to the crossouts, so I do not run those because I don't have any.
Okay.
Yes, as soon as I heard that kind of change in voice, I'm like, hey,
Alright. But you would run the crossout if you had
If
him.
I had crossout, I would run crossout.
Okay, crossout seems like a really, really good card.
Yeah. I didn't open any, and I just like I'm not paying money on those right now when there's only one printing of them. I'll wait for a reprint later, pick up, even if they're like $40 a pop. That's a lot better. So
Makes sense.
extra deck, single, Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. He is incredibly clutch. I can finish a full combo, have Bardiche and either like Dark Requiem or Arc Rebellion, and then I can always still end on a Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, which is just amazing to have. It makes people, because with Dark Requiem I have negates, with Phoenix I have a pop, so I can just cover all my bases with Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Super good. I like Destroyer Phoenix more than I like Dragoon. I played Dragoon in a single deck that I had, but I got rid of the package when it was super expensive. Man, I think DPE is better in certain decks than Dragoon. So I love running.
I feel like,
Destroyer
yeah,
Phoenix.
it makes a lot more sense in this deck to have the Destroyer Phoenix than the Dragoon.
Especially playing off of the grave like as much as I do.
Yes.
The single Verte Anaconda. Cherubini.
Okay.
Bardiche. Appaloosa. And then everything else in the extra deck is Xyz monster. But yeah, pretty standard lineup for Link monsters for PK. I haven't seen much variation in that. For my Xyz, I run a single Leviair,
Okay.
2 Breaksword. The Leviair, I use that for recovering all my banishing for my PKs, because all their graveyard effects they banish. So with Leviair, I can special summon one back, go into more rank 3 plays, which we will see the reason for that in a second. A single Dante.
Forever off the ban list.
Forever off the ban list. But my rank 3s are all to play out Utopic Draco Future, which is why Leviair is in there, because on a good turn, I can Leviair, bring back 1, I can go into Dante, and then if I have the other extenders, I can get the Break Sword and then hit Utopic Draco Future with like 8+ materials. It's insane. Whenever I can go into Utopic Draco Future, I usually do. A lot of the time though, if I still have access to my Dark Rebellion or my Dark Requiem and my Arc Rebellion, I can win, so I'll go into that. If I don't have access to those, Utopic Draco Future usually secures me a game win.
Draco Fusion's nice. Draco Future, my bad.
Draco Future is so good.
It's ridiculous.
Dark Rebellion and Dark Requiem, never even... Dark Rebellion is just to go into Dark Requiem. I mean, there's no need to use it for anything else. Then the Raiders Knight, the Arc Rebellion. I honestly like going into Arc Rebellion a lot more, going second. Dark Requiem, I'll sit on it going first because, hey, it's Monster Negate. But with Arc Rebellion, I can always swing with like more than 10k attack. Just because of how he gains all that attack. I can set up a board of my own, use his effect, get an ungodly amount of attack, and swing for an OTK usually. As long as they don't have a Monster Negate, Arc Rebellion usually wins me the game with a single attack.
Jesus.
And then the last card that I actually am going to replace, I have Beatrice. I never go into Beatrice.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to replace that with, I think, Ultimate Falcon, because the rank up magic allows you to go into Raid Raptors as well by banishing. So
Okay, Ultimate Falcon is a house, dude.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to replace Beatrice with Ultimate Falcon. Just I have unaffected big monster like Ultimate Falcon or Final Fortress Falcon, just a big meaty monster. Like especially with the rank up magic, I can just banish up to the difference of the rank that I have and the rank that I'm going into. So I always have a graveyard full of monsters.
Okay.
That rounds out the extra deck, and then for my side deck we have 2 Ghost Bell. Being able to negate grave plays is big right now. A lot of different decks play out of the grave. Virtual World, my boy Austin, Virtual World plays out of the grave. I play out of the grave. Even decks that don't use their grave as a second hand, a lot of the time they'll have something that goes into the grave. So the Ghost Spell really helps a lot. Ghost Spell helps against Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer too. Like
Very
I mean,
much so.
Ghost Spell's just a good hand trap to be running right now. Gamma Package. I found myself using Gamma Package less and less recently. I still have it in here in case I need it, like for if I'm playing against such a hard counter to most of my cards, I can take some of those output Gamma in there. But a lot of the time, I only ever feel like I need to side 2 or 3 cards, and so I'm not going to cut stuff that I do need for the Gamma Package when I have other ways to monster negate. So we're still running it for now, but and probably will, but I'm not using this one as much currently, this format.
Okay.
2 Nibiru.
Nib's really good.
Nib amazing in this format as well. So, I mean, until combo dies down, Nib will be run forever. There's no reason not to. That's all the monsters I have in the side.
Because they were all older playmats.
3 Lightning Storm. Really, I love Lightning Storm. I mean, for most decks that can set up a big wall, it helps. Even if Lightning Storm doesn't go off, maybe it can get rid of a negate that they have. Like, Lightning Storm will always be doing something, whether it's getting rid of a negate that they have so you can still play, or getting rid of their board.
But yeah.
2 Droplet, because I only have the 2. But again,
still really good card.
Still super good card. If you have it, you run it. And then it can fill up my grave with PK that I need in the grave as well. Like, it's just so good.
It's ridiculous.
And then the 2 Dark Ruler, because we need as much stopping monsters as possible, because at least with the groups that I've been playing with recently, it's more monsters that I need to watch out for than their back row. So anything to shut down a board of monsters, we gotta run it.
Definitely. So.
And that's all I got.
All right, deck looks fire, man, and we hope to see you back on here some more. So we'll have a good night.
I got a few other decks.
So, all right, brother. You have a good night.
You too.
See you guys later.